he's like a typical basic. He's just like a basic guy. That's such a basic thing to. You hear some girl fucks a pillow, and you don't immediately think she's grinding on it. You freak. You're the weird one. You're weird.
You don't immediately ask her to do it.
Yeah, can you fuck a pillow in front of me? Yes.
Show me.
Show me how you fuck a pillow.
Also, I don't want to lose to a pillow.
No.
I don't want to lose.
Of course not.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Barrett and Kane Holloway.
Hello and welcome to the show. Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Yeah, this is a podcast about sleeping.
Hell yeah, brother.
This is one of the sleep podcasts. So, this is like instead of just one guy reading you a bedtime story.
Yep.
It's three guys just blathering
on and on about nothing.
There's nothing. So this, hopefully, your head is on your pillow.
Yep.
You've taken your melatonin, and you're going to catch another 3 or 4 minutes of this.
Oh yeah, and then you'll wake up right around the end when we tell you not to take bullshit from fuckers, and you're like, "Fuck, I got to start this over." So then you start it over from where you think you fell asleep, and then another 3 or 4 minutes of absolute nothing, and then you pass out, and you just sort of do that with this episode over and over again until you finally finish it.
Oh no!
3-minute increments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you. Good night. Good night and sweet dreams.
Good night.
So I don't know how your guys' 4th of July was, but
I chose not to engage with it in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about it. I didn't celebrate it.
Yeah.
I spent it with True.
Uh-huh.
We rewatched Succession.
Nice.
We ordered Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really low key, and at no point did I think about America.
It was a confusing for the group I was with. Everyone, it was like this unsaid thing until at one point, one of my friends just goes, "Why are we celebrating this?" Like it got all of a sudden. She was like, it's like this abusive relationship where it's like, hey, we're going to take a bunch of your rights away, but also it's my birthday tomorrow. So make sure you come over, bring cake. Don't come in empty handed.
Hot dogs. Okay. No, let me tell you something I did do. I didn't think of this. We watched Wimbledon. We watched Nadal win. And then right after, it just smash cut into the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which they cover like an actual sport. It is a sport.
Yeah.
There's the American Eating League.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, and the guy that won is the guy that's won the last 15 years, and he outpaces everybody by about 20 hot dogs. And he's like Kane size. Like, he's not a big guy at all. And there was a profile of a woman who won the woman's eating contest, and the announcer was so fucking weird. And he said, this was what he said. He goes, at one point, he goes, "This is the best day of the summer I have had so far, and I've had a great summer. I went to Phoebe Bridgers the other night."
He's treating it like his podcast.
Like it was what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I forget about that thing.
At first, True and I were like, this is everything that's wrong with America. But then we started watching it, and we were intrigued.
Of course. Oh, of course. When you watch people aggressively eat hot dogs and like dip them in water and shove them in. And
Well,
the
like
way
they're
that
all different guys. There was like, well, this is the guy that's great at pizza, and one guy was like the guy that ate the most kale, and like there's all different kinds of like, skill sets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Who would you be?
What would I? You mean what would mine be?
Mm-hmm.
What would I eat? Gummies.
Gummies is good.
Yeah, I'd eat the most gummy bears.
Ooh, yeah. Oh.
I think I can eat them fast. So I think
I'd choke on gummy bears. I'd have to go pizza, like hot pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just tears real fast and you throw it in. And I love hot food. I'm always constantly burning my mouth. My mouth is always consistently tender. So I'm game for the hot pizza round.
You always had that skin sort of hanging from the top of your mouth.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's hot.
My 4th of July, I went to a party filled with drunk people I didn't know, except for the people I came there with. But they knew people, so they sort of split off and were around people. And then there was this one guy that I kept looking at that I'm like, how do I know this fucking guy? And he looks so familiar. And I was like, he could be a comic, but I don't want to roll the dice on that. Because I was going to roll the dice. I was at a bar after a show with some friends like 2 or 3 weeks before this. And there was this girl who like drunkenly came up to me at the bar and was like, I saw your show. Can you guess what my last name is? And I was like, no, and I really don't want to do this. And she sort of cornered me. So I kept making fun of her. And then she like asked for my phone number and I said, no. and then while I was in line at the party, I looked and I saw a girl that I thought, I was like, oh, is she? I did it twice now. I was like, how do I know this girl? And then I went to go introduce myself because I thought she was a comic. And then I heard her talk and I go, oh, that's that drunk girl that tried to get me to guess her last name for 15 minutes. So that's how small San Diego is. And so I was like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go and do that again. But I just could not stop looking at him. And then it fucking hits me. It's Jamie from Michelle's season of The Bachelor. He was like a huge villain. I don't know if you remember him, but he was like a villain for that season.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What was his? Do you remember his villainy? What he did?
He thought he was better than all the guys in the house, and that and he kept starting rumors about Michelle, like talking shit about her, and starting all these fucking rumors about her having a boyfriend off. Right.
He was the one that said that Michelle had seen somebody at a bar.
Yeah,
she already had a boyfriend or something like that. Yeah.
So and he started all these rumors, and then he like drops that bomb, and then Michelle doesn't know what's going on, and then everyone goes, well, so who started the rumor? And he keeps his mouth shut until Michelle finally like reveals, oh, it was Jamie. He's the one that told me, and then he looks like a fucking asshole, and then you hear him talking to producers about how like these guys aren't even in his class or whatever, and how he's like he deserves, and he deserves. Yeah, he was a real piece of shit. I played Jenga with him. He was so drunk he high-fived me like 4 times. He offered me a shot. I was like, no, I'm sober. And he goes, I really respect. He's hammered too. I really respect sober guys. I think about getting sober every once in a while. And I'm like, yeah, do you?
Might be good for you. It might be good for you. That's incredible. San Diego has like one of the biggest concentrations of Bachelor contestants in the country.
Yeah.
It's like there, and now San Diego, and on the new Bachelor coming up with Gabby and Wendy, there's 3 different guys from San Diego.
Nice.
And I think Wayne's gonna know those guys in a year.
Yeah. For sure. I might even know.
You're in literally like you're hanging out with the celebrity crowd in San Diego.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre how often that happens. I really want to run into a Bachelor crew. I want to do a show with Dave Neal because apparently he's friends with all the Bachelor people. It's weird how sort of starstruck you can get until you realize who it is you're talking to. And then you're like, oh, it's not this. It's not like meeting Obama, you know?
No.
You know?
No.
But I would like to run into some Bachelor and Bachelorette people like at shows and shit because I would be so stoked. I would just talk to them my whole set.
The big one that lives down there is Katie Thurston,
who's from Seattle like me.
Yeah.
And she dated a friend of mine who when he found out she was like when she was going to become or that she was the Bachelor and it was like announced and they were doing this whole thing, he really played up the fact that he had like 2 Tinder dates with her and it was really annoying to watch. He like took headshots of him with roses in his mouth and like on a bed of roses. I've never been more annoyed at stuff. Like, dude, you had 2 dates with the girl. And he's like, yeah, let me tell you about going out with a Bachelorette. TikToks and Instagram of him talking about. I'm like, you guys weren't engaged. You fucking, oh God, I wanted to pull his hair. I was so annoyed.
Amazing.
Anyway, that was my 4th and the weekend. We have a question in from our South African listener. Camilla says she needs a sanity check from South Africa. She says, hello. I've been listening since reading Greg's book, which has been life-changing for the people pleaser in me. I have a question, though, or perhaps it's more of a sanity check. This guy inboxed me from an intentions app. Started off with a friendly hello, all innocent. He asked for my WhatsApp, and we started chatting. And within 2 weeks, this man started telling me how he wants to fuck me, take me lingerie shopping, and become so sexual. Positions, the whole damn bedroom routine. I'm in South Africa, and he is in the United Kingdom. This man started engaging me in a way that he already assumes I'll be his once I relocate. Of course, flirting is fine, but being so sexually detailed so soon on texts, I think he actually just wants to get into my panties and it has nothing to do with getting to know me as a person. Or is he just being a typical male and being sexual? Do I just tell this guy to go jump with his very sexual presumptions with his WhatsApp texts? He hasn't even met me, taken me on a date, so I can't actually decide if I like him or not. Am I thinking straight? Your South African fan. Smiley face emoji. That's from Camilla.
Wow. What is an intentions app?
I actually looked it up. It's called Internations. I think it was just a misspelling. Internations. It's a chat app for you to chat with people internationally.
Wow.
Oh. Okay. So it's like Tinder, but from people in several different countries.
It's not a dating app necessarily.
Oh, it's not a dating app.
It is a chat app.
What's a chat app? Like, what does that mean?
Chat, you know.
Talk, just to have real conversations about what it's like to live in other parts of the world.
Oh, and then this guy turned it sexual?
And he got on her WhatsApp and took his dick out.
What's that?
WhatsApp apparently is just where you take your dick out.
Oh, no.
Internationally. You can do it internationally.
Yeah. International dick
I talk
pic.
to my sponsor on WhatsApp, and I take my dick out all the time.
I know that. What's weird is you don't need a WhatsApp because the only person you send your dick pics to are me and Pat in our group chat.
Yeah, that's right.
But you do it in different accents.
I do.
It's a video.
I sent you a dick from Wales the other night. That was pretty good.
You're like, oi, bruv, look at me dick.
Totally.
Well, my question, Camilla, do you reciprocate in any of these? Like, did he send it and you reciprocated at all at any point? Did you be like, oh yeah, me too, or I'd like this done to me?
Right.
Or
Yeah, like, was this a thing that started happening?
yeah,
You know, obviously when it starts with sex, it's not going in the right direction.
no.
Well, unless your intention is to have sex, then it's going in the right direction.
Right.
And people are allowed to have sex, but for him to and then just assume you're going to be together when you get together, just because he wants to do you doggy style or whatever position. I know there's other ones.
Squirrel style.
Broken eagle is one I learned the other night.
What's broken eagle?
So the girl's on her stomach.
Yes.
And one of her legs is bent up into like it's almost like she's making a 4.
Okay.
That's a broken eagle. And you're doing it from behind. One leg up.
One leg up, like, okay. Is she like flat on her stomach?
Yeah, she's flat on her stomach.
Wow. All right. That's called the broken eagle, huh?
Yeah, the broken eagle.
Wow.
I learned about that on Love Island.
Oh no.
I want to do the fireman carry, where I want a girl to pick me up like where she's taking me out of a fire, like a burning building, and then throw me onto a stack of hay and ravage me like the dainty princess that I am. All that I found you can find on WhatsApp. You just ask people sex positions and give it a name. Well,
it doesn't matter whether you're engaged in sexual relationships with him,
right?
But this is a big red flag guy for me.
Yeah.
When are you going to be in England next?
Right.
Where is he coming to South Africa?
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is that I'm like, do you want to do this with him? And if you don't, if you're like, yeah, it shouldn't turn so sexual so fast, because I don't do that at all. Even if I'm meeting people within 5 miles of me, it doesn't turn super sexual for me until not even like before not even like the moment right before we're going to have sex. Like, I don't get all that graphic. And so, I can't imagine this is a good thing. It's not him just being a guy. I think that I find that weird. So, yeah, I mean, if this is not something where you want to have like a casual hookup and this kind of stuff freaks you out, then I would steer clear of this fella and tell him you could ghost him. You know what? Let's bring it back. Ghost him. That's my advice.
Yeah, you could ghost him. I mean, that isn't the bravest thing to do, but it's certainly a thing. Or you can just say, you know what, man? Overload. Too much.
Too much.
Too much. It was just too much. This is not the relationship. I'm not looking for just to be somebody's sexual release.
Right.
But yeah, we need a little bit more context for your story, but that would be our advice.
Yeah, because exactly. If he's out of the blue sexting you, and it feels like, oh, you got to gear up and make time. Yeah, because that puts so much pressure. That puts like a friend of mine a friend of mine in LA was like talking to a guy in Oregon, and it got sexual at some point before they even met. And they actually started talking through a mutual friend, and then he started like he would.
Now, did they keep that mutual friend in the loop during the sexual part?
Yeah, of course they did.
Somebody sent one of those emails where they are like, "Hey, Kane, meet Mary," and then you guys just stayed on that chain and then just started fucking and stuff. On there or on deck, same thing.
Yeah. And then we all get together for brunch, and I'm like, "Oh, guys, can we recalibrate?" But she was telling she was showing me his text messages to her, and this dude was like going. He at one point said, "You're gonna need a wheelchair because I'm gonna wreck you. Like I'm gonna make it so you can't walk for a few days." Like all like really hyping up how he's just gonna ruin her world sexually, and like this is gonna be the best sex she's ever had. And then they had sex, and she was like, "It was awful and uncomfortable." And then they like never talked again. Like, he got all embarrassed. He finished too quickly, and he like couldn't look her in the eye after the fact. And then me and her hung out. Like he left, and she's like, "You want to hang out?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So don't trust a guy that gets like thinks he's gonna know how to touch you and treat you and know what you like just through text messaging before you've
it's
ever.
It's a good rule to not want to be wrecked.
Yeah.
And not want someone to wreck you. I get the idea that you're gonna stun somebody so much that they can't walk. Like I know that's like a clever idea, but like anyone who says they're gonna wreck you and put you in a wheelchair can't fuck for shit.
Of course they can't. Of course they can't fuck.
I want to fuck you, and then also for you to still be able to eat afterwards.
Yes, let's get an egg sandwich together. Yeah,
totally.
That's a good rule. It's rule 3 of the show. You don't want to get wrecked.
Don't want to get wrecked. All right, we'll be right back.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, "Hang in there, baby," or "Monday. Am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this mean? Hey guys, did you guys listen to that? Did you guys hear the theme song? Obviously you did. You're here. What do you guys think of the theme song? Because I like it a lot. So great.
It's been a while though. It's been a while. Like I wonder if people go, "Yeah, I know this is the meme section."
Yeah. Well,
this is memes.
We have a message in from Erica, obviously a new listener. She says, "Hi, Greg and Kane. I love," in all caps, the podcast. But what the hell is that? What does this meme auto-tune theme song? I do not like it. What the fuck, guys? Please continue everything else y'all do. You guys are hilarious. Honestly, also very uplifting and helps my self-worth on shitty days. P.S. Pat's wheeze laugh really makes the show. Which is so nice. But I made that goddamn song, Erica. Okay. That's a Kane original, motherfucker.
I could see hearing this show and then hearing the meme song and going, what the fuck?
It doesn't fit for the rest of the music. Like your music that leads us into the show, into each segment, leading us out of the show for the week, all sort of makes the show one cohesive unit until the middle of the show, until the very middle, when all of a sudden you're just getting bombarded with auto-tune. This is the theme song. It doesn't fit at all. And I love it. Anyway, Erica, I'm sorry you hate it. We have a death metal version, a kids bop version. We're working on a country music version, and other versions are coming. Maybe a slow, smooth jazz one. Ooh.
Or a slow jam.
Ooh, a slow jam? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Erica, if you know how to write music, we'll happily play your version.
Absolutely.
If a better version of the song they want to make for us, we're happy.
Please
send that to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
Or if it's just something you're going to do acoustic, just put it on the old Discord.
Put it on the Discord.
Or call it into the show. What's that number?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Speaking of the Discord, DTBFF podcast, we have some memes. Bjorn is awesome, excuse me. Sends us a picture of a guy pushing in a girl's chair, and the guy says, "Can I push in your?"
I didn't have that one on the list. I didn't have that one. No.
Come on, guys. You can do better than this.
I'm sorry. Can I push your stool in? And she says, let's see how the dinner goes. God. The Alan Brand sent one. move fast. The Alan Brand took a picture of this one. He says, this one comes from an Airbnb a friend of mine was staying at and couldn't possibly be more unhinged. Are you ready for this? My promise to my children, for as long as I live, I will always be your parent first and your friend second. I will stalk you, flip out on you, lecture you, drive you insane, be your worst nightmare, hunt you down like a bloodhound when I have to, because I love you. When you understand that, I will know you have become a responsible adult. You will never find anyone else in your life who loves, prays, cares, and worries about you more than I do. If you don't mutter under your breath, I hate you at least once in your life, I am not doing my job properly.
And that was all sewn into a pillow?
Yep.
That was at an Airbnb?
Uh-huh.
I hate everything about that.
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, there's no excuse for bad parenting.
No. And that is bad parenting. Let your kid make some mistakes.
Yeah.
Guide your child and worry about them, sure. But don't stalk them, you freak.
Hunt them down.
Hunt them down like a bloodhound. What the fuck? Catherine sent one that said, it's a picture of two people running, a couple running, and it says, this could be us, but I hate running and you don't exist.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Denonymous sent one in, and it's a picture of a puppy wearing a helmet, and it says, I'm ready to send my meme to DTBFF. And his meme is, I'm very indecisive and always have trouble picking my favorite anything, but without a doubt, you are my favorite everything. Aw.
I mean, it's like a greeting card.
Yeah, more, yeah. True. And I'm not all that inspired.
No, I'm not going to say I'm inspired by it. It's nice.
No. Yeah,
Maybe
it's nice.
it's a nice thing to say to somebody, I suppose.
Yeah, and I also don't think it's to us. I think it's like to someone anonymous like would like to send to, but maybe like trying to get like the okay from us before they send it. But anonymous, this is crap.
Oh no! Oh no!
You're an idiot. No, I don't hate it. I was just kidding. Catherine sent one that says, inner peace is the new sign of success.
Is it though?
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't find most people who are successful are rife with inner peace.
Mm-mm. And most people you can probably name 3 people in the world that have inner peace. So,
yeah.
You know, and you're listening to them right now.
Well, yeah, that's right. There's got to be something stirring inside of you in living.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I believe in inner peace necessarily.
No, it's I mean, it's that entire concept of Buddhism, trying to teach about the middle way, right? You ask a Buddhist monk, like, how do I find inner peace? And the Buddhist monk says, well, then you need to stop desiring. And then they go, okay, how do I stop desiring? And they go, you just have to stop desiring. And then their next thing is, how do I stop desiring not to desire? Because then you create a new desire, which is to not desire.
Yeah.
And it's just turmoil.
It is turmoil.
Yeah. Not that it's not reachable. It's for sure reachable. But
I think there's moments of inner peace. I think there's like, I was sitting on the couch the other night with True watching Succession, and just like as happy as I could be. Like, this is all I really care about in my life, is spending time with somebody I love, doing something I love.
Yeah.
And like eating food and doing nothing together, and like, okay, so I'm really peaceful in that moment. But then I wake up and I still want to go do stand up, and I want my coaching career to continue to work, and I got to make my fucking bed, and I got to clean. I got shit to do that I think about, and I could be in better shape, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's the inner peace. Those are all things that are percolating in my head all day long as I think about, who I am and how old I am and what I have time left to do and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Moments of inner peace are good. I have that every once in a while here, where I find moments of great appreciation for the place I'm in my life and how cool my life is. And then same thing. Then I wake up and I'm like, I want more right now. And that sucks, but also it's because it's things that I want, and I'm going to work hard to try to get. And then when I don't get them, I will probably complain, and then I'll complain first. Right. And then I'll go, fuck, I should have a solution. And then I'll try to think of that solution, complaining the entire time. We have a threat. Demi Peanut sent in a threat. So hold on to your butts. She says, it's amazing how many teeth you still have in your mouth when you feel free to put words into other people's mouths.
Wow. It's a bit of a threat.
It's a threat. Our listeners hate teeth.
Yeah, it does sound like they do.
They hate it. They hate your teeth and they hate what you do with them. And they want them gone. Fuck me. Pat, what do you have?
Let's see here. I've got one. I don't care who is doing better than me. I am doing better than I was last year. It's me versus me.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm doing better than I was last year. It's good.
Yeah. Good. I like it.
Well, here's something you won't like. I've got a couple from Real Man Quotes.
Yes. Why did I feel like you weren't going to bring those today? I don't know why I thought maybe you weren't going to have any. I'm so excited.
So we've got, girls will text you good night and text another guy, I can't sleep.
Fuck. That's so true. Fuck. Bro. I can't sleep. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. You know,
Those are duplicitous.
not the
Well, all women will fuck with you eventually. You
constantly.
get too comfortable and they're fucking somebody else.
Oh, as soon as you close your eyes.
When you get to the point where your girlfriend or wife or whatever says good night to you, she is fucking somebody else.
Obviously. You can't trust a woman from jumping into another man's bed as soon as your eyes clamp shut. You better always constantly be awake. Sleep with your eyes open, son. Your girl's out there. On every possible day. There's no way she's thinking of you and wondering what you're doing if you're sleeping, or maybe she's texting her girlfriends what a lovely guy she found. Boo. That's for chumps. That's for simps. That's basic bitch bros who don't know shit about women. Women, as soon as you catch a full 8 hours, she spent the whole night fucking some guy for 8 hours straight. You beta?
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly right. A beta sleeping is a beta move.
It's so beta.
Yeah, it's beta.
To sleep? You should be always lifting something.
I have a tattoo that says only the weak sleep.
And it's on your left nut.
Only the
Man.
weak sleep.
Oh my God.
Check Greg's WhatsApp. You can see all of his
What's
ball,
that?
dick and ball alpha male tattoos that let you know that you're a little bitch. You don't trust women. Now, here's the problem is obviously you got to have a woman around. What is it with real men? Like, what do you do?
Look, dude, I go to sleep.
Yeah.
She's in Broken Eagle. He's out there in Broken Eagle.
I just don't understand now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it did say when she texts you good night, she's texting another guy, I can't sleep. She didn't say it didn't say when she texts you, I'm going to bed. She texted you good night. So your little punk bitch ass is going to sleep. And then maybe she just can't sleep. You're sleepy. You lay your little real man head on your little, tiny little fucking pillow that has that long ass tirade about how your mom stalks you. And then you lay it on there and you close your little tiny little man eyes. And then maybe she's like texting some friend of hers, like, I can't sleep. It has, like that doesn't make me think she's cheating on you. You just have nightmares.
Because you're a fucking beta punk.
Dude, I'm such a beta, bro. Because you know what? As soon as we're done here, I'm taking a nap.
Not
Such a-
me, man. I'm
Uh-huh.
putting my "Don't Tread on Me" t-shirt
Uh-huh.
and my "These Colors Don't Run" shorts,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna go flip a tire.
You go flip a tire and you got to meet some women, but before while you're doing that,
I'm doing that thing with the ropes.
that rope thing,
Yeah.
but don't trust women when they come talk to you. Like, get their number, vet them, don't learn their names, and don't close your eyes.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right. I think we'll close it out with this one. Another one from Real Man Quotes. Sometimes your soulmate is money. Stop forcing these relationships.
Wait, read that one again.
Sometimes your soulmate is money. Stop
Okay.
forcing these relationships.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm in a long-term relationship with money, and I don't have time for anybody else.
They say money is the root of all evil. It's obviously bitches. You know what I mean? These poor ass women just trying to get. No more relationships for me, fellas. I'm getting that paper.
Mhm.
You know who I'm spending it on? Strippers. I got a favorite one down at my old strip club. I got a favorite. She's like my strip club wife.
I love it.
Man. Well, you know what? Stay strong out there, fellas. Be an alpha male. Don't take no shit from ladies, obviously. They can't be trusted none. Make that paper and spend it on hot tubs.
And remember, only the weak sleep.
Only the weak sleep. Keep your eyes wide open and your head on a swivel and constantly be doing jumping jacks. Well, here we are in segment 3. I want to bring the energy, but it would be weird to bring that type of high 80s basketball coach energy because we just wanted to touch on the Roe v. Wade overturning and how we are all sort of just devastated and just disappointed, and it affects all the women in our lives, and taking away your rights is just something I don't think any of us were expecting. None of us were expecting that to happen, but we were all afraid.
Even after the leak came out, I had some kind of really, blind hope that somebody would be reasonable and say, we can't do this. That that I don't know what I thought. I have no idea what I thought. The people on the Supreme Court are the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst. Not all, I mean, obviously not 3 of them.
Right. And I didn't think this would happen, only because I just, I sort of have I've grown up in the 90s, the 2000s, and during that time there was a lot of progress constantly being made in a lot of different areas, and gay rights, and like so many things that were
equality.
Yeah, so many things that were like illegal, that when you find out they were illegal, you scratch your head at the concept as to why this was ever illegal, and now it's legal, and you're like, oh, we're moving forward, and everything there's light, there's more light than there is darkness, and we're actually moving towards that American dream concept that you can have actual freedom here. And then so many things in a near constant barrage of awful shit sort of just keep happening in a row, and you realize that we're not really moving the needle very far. And
well, we're suddenly living in a country of minority rule,
right,
where the less people have a greater voice.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's it's one of those things where like the first thing in my mailbox was some Democrat asking me for $5
Yeah,
and fuck you.
right.
And what are you doing? How are you? What did I vote for you for?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Right.
can't we have a majority in the House, and like we have the majority, and we're failing at an incredible rate.
Yeah.
And Thomas is talking about taking away other rights. Clarence Thomas says, and it's just so fucking depressing. And my kids were just rocked. My oldest was fucking just unhinged.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I went to a march on not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, which was cool. There was a lot of people there, but it felt like we were just shouting into the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you went to the Black Lives Matter protests, and I feel like those things actually did do something.
Mm-hmm.
They moved the needle a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was constant, and it was also bucking against the fear of COVID, which was running rampant around that time. Everyone was afraid to go outside, but then, once that happened, it was sort of like, COVID is going to have to take a back seat, because we need to fight for what's right. And then we find ourselves in a situation where not everyone is afraid to go out in public again, but you go out to these marches, and you're like, they're already passing these laws, but this is a reaction to you taking away something already.
Yeah, and the day before they just passed the you can carry a gun anywhere you want bill, and they just passed don't say gay in Florida. And it's just like, fuck, man, this country it's not anything like I've grown up in.
Yeah, no, me either. It's changed completely. It's just like gone so far backwards, and I wonder why. You just and my sister's devastated, and wants to move out of the country, and she served in the armed forces, and she's disillusioned. She's just like, fuck this place. And do not disagree at all. So if you have thoughts that you want to get out, we read on the show. You can send those to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to shout about it, you can call into the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
And you can direct message us at DTBFF Podcast on Instagram. And you can also direct message us, my personal, at Kane Holloway, and at It's Gregors, and DTBF F producer Pat, and tell us your thoughts and your feelings about it. And if you want it read on the show, we will definitely read it. And we're here for you guys. Moving on to some lighter news, some news that I listened to this already, and it put a smile on my face. And it was really nice to hear. We got a voicemail in.
Hey, it's your favorite Canadian listener, the Dickless Grower. I'm not really calling with a question, just a bit of an update and a huge thank you. I am back in the horticulture game, but I weeded myself out of the misogyny that is cannabis in Canada. And with the new company that I'm with, was recently nominated for top 4 under 40 growers across the country. I credit a big part of this to you guys, letting me vent, to helping me see that the company I was with was a bunch of fuckers. And I wanted to say thank you so much. The Dickless Growers back on our feet, out of weed game, and into hibiscus. Thank you so much, DTBFF. You guys freaking rock. Cheers.
What was she so mad about? What a great voicemail. What a nice thing to hear.
I know.
I could listen to voicemails like that all day. That's amazing.
That is amazing. I'm really happy. Whenever we get those, it's, sometimes, I mean, we say it all the time. We make fun of ourselves and the show itself for being, I mean, last week we talked about how squirrels exist for, I would say, 15 minutes? So, that was, but it's nice when you go, oh, we actually do help people.
Yeah, of course we do.
Right.
We do. And we help squirrels.
And we help squirrels. And I'm a big proponent of helping squirrels. I mean, you guys know that about me. I'm going to adopt one. Are you guys ready for a Reddit remix? All right. Reddit remix. My boyfriend feels emasculated by me masturbating after sex. Using a throwaway because my boyfriend occasionally borrows or browses Reddit. Using a throwaway because my boyfriend occasionally browses Reddit. The title says it all. Someone masturbating after sex sounds rude, and I'd agree. But he's never given me an orgasm yet. He stops when I'm pretty close. For him, his own orgasm means sexy time is over, and I get that. I'm usually exhausted after one, but he doesn't seem very interested in making sure I get there before he stops. If this was one time or a couple, I'd totally get it. It takes me longer to finish than him, but it's been every single time. I told him I've never had one with him and that I'd appreciate it if he got me very close during foreplay. I might have one at roughly the same time as him, but it hasn't happened yet. To him, sex seems to be all about penetration. Side note, I told him I used to masturbate with a pillow. He was very confused as how a pillow could fit inside of me.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh no. He doesn't understand the clitoris. I'm trying to educate him, but he's still pretty convinced penetration by a penis is how girls orgasm, period. It's period. That was 3 weeks ago. I don't have a very high sex drive, but I can't go to sleep either when I'm pretty close. So I'll move to the living room and finish there. He's told me that makes him feel like less of a man and asked if I'd stop. I've told and shown him that I like what I like. Excuse me. I've told and shown him what I like. I've told and shown him what I like and how I can get off. and I told him what we're doing now isn't getting me off, but he doesn't seem to get it. Is there any way I can help him understand? WIBTA for continuing to do it after he said he doesn't like it. Oh, got it. So is there any way I can help him understand?
No.
Mm-mm.
You've already tried.
Yeah.
I don't understand any guy who goes right to penetration. I don't understand also not trying really hard to get the person you're with off. Isn't that your job?
Especially when they're so close. They're so close. Just fucking finish her off right. How it's not. Just do it. Just finish her off right there. She's so close.
And don't make her go to the fucking living room to finish.
Yeah.
I mean, at least let her finish right there and watch. Or I don't know.
Ew, he's uncomfortable with anything outside of the realm of the basic fucking. He needs to see
nothing about the vagina.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he's like, how do you put a pillow in you?
Yeah.
He's a fucking
idiot. I've put a pillow in me. It's not that hard.
How big is the pillow?
Depends on my mood.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. And also you don't browse around porn and see what girls are doing to get themselves like this guy just doesn't get anything outside of just penetrative sex. You're not going to convince him of anything else. Your sex life, especially if your sex drive is not high. And then when you do have sex, you get all the way close to the finish line, but your partner just says, "No, we're going to stop right here because I already crossed over. So you back up because I got this. So we're done." And it's like or at least like go down on her before. What do you go do? Literally use your hands, use your feet, do something else. I want to hit him in the dick with a tennis racket. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah, it's frustrating. The woman's orgasm is elusive. You got to work on it.
Yeah.
It's never the same twice.
No. And then if she tells you and just listen and be vocal. I think that's another thing that guys struggle with is not wanting to be told how they're supposed to be doing something. As a man, right, you should already sort of know how things work.
Right. You want to be able to magically. I remember the first time I was with somebody and they were like, yeah, I got to have a vibrator when we do that.
Yeah.
It'll bother you. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever makes help me. Help me. I feel like I feel like I'm Tom Cruise in the bathroom with Cuba Gooding Jr. going, "Help me, help you."
Yeah. I actually remember one of this. I was like watching a girl, stimulate herself while we were having sex, and I couldn't take, and it wasn't like that it wasn't hot, and because it was a hot thing, but I was also like studying her doing. I was like, like while we're having sex, I'm going, interesting. So that's how it, you do it. So for you got to do all this extra work to get yourself. What a interesting and complicated thing the vagina is.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
I'm a talker. I like to talk. I ask questions. How do I get you to where you need to be? And if your guy is not willing to do that, your guy is just, he's like a typical basic, he's just like a basic guy. That's such a basic thing to, you hear some girl fucks a pillow and you don't immediately think she's grinding on it, you freak. You're the weird one. You're weird.
You don't immediately ask her to do it.
Yeah, can you fuck a pillow in front of me? Yes.
Show me.
Show me how you fuck a pillow.
Also, I don't want to lose to a pillow.
No.
I don't want to lose.
Of course not. God.
I want to be at least as good as a pillow.
Yes. I want to be comparable to a pillow. That's all.
I have sewn on my pillow.
I want to be as good as you.
I want to be as good as a pillow.
As good as a pillow. I rest my head on this pillow, but the girl I'm seeing fucks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let us know. How do you, have you ever had sex with a pillow? You can let us know.
Also, how have you been able to get the most out of your sex life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the tips that you have for instructing men or instructing women, which can also be a thing?
Yeah.
What has worked for you in the bedroom? Let us know.
Let us know. dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. Tips and tricks are always helpful. And if you have any questions, memes, stories, inspirational things that you started and or quit, if the show has helped in any way, or if you started listening to the show last week and you hate the meme song and you think you can do better, Erica, then send it all to DTBFF Podcast on Instagram as well as our Gmail. And support the show, patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. Have bonus episodes and all kinds of shit. We're going to cover, we're going to do a bonus episode on the show Barry, because I just finished season 3, and Jesus Christ. That show's incredible. And then, look out for, we're going to be doing maybe a live Zoom episode coming up soon. So stick around for that. And yeah, so with that, all that said, you can follow me at Kane Holloway.
It's Gregor's.
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat.
You can call.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, please.
You can also go to GregoryBarrett.com if you're interested in coaching, or you can DM me on Instagram. We can talk about it there. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you can call into the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number's 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Welcome.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes, because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.